Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kate and I thought I would do kind of a little bit of a discussion video, response video. So Simon over at Savage Reads did a video talking about reading the right book at the wrong time. I'll link it down below. And essentially he was talking about Ralph Ellison's The Invisible Man and how he's been trying to read it lately and has kept putting it off because it's not the right time to read it for him personally. And this kind of struck a chord with me. I have read Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison, and I didn't enjoy it. I did not enjoy it. And I think that's because I read it at the wrong time. So I read Invisible Man back in maybe 2000, somewhere between 2008 and 2009. I read it in university in my American literature class. And I think because I was forced to read it, I didn't enjoy it. I think maybe if I had been able to pick it up of my own accord, like if I picked it up now of my own volition, I think I would enjoy it more. Obviously when I was reading it and getting to discuss it in class, like, you know it's an important novel for the time, and in American literature and in American history, generally speaking, it's an important novel. If any of you don't know, it follows a man, an African-American man, who feels that because of his race, he's invisible. And so it deals with issues of like race and identity, race politics in America in the early 20th century. And then kind of pulls a lot on the writings of Booker T. Washington and Du Bois, who were kind of, super generally speaking, I'm not like super well versed in their writings or anything like that, but generally speaking, they were prominent figures in the African American community in the United States. And they had a lot of writings and speeches about race politics, particularly in regards to African Americans. So again, reading it, I understood the importance of it, but yeah, it wasn't the right time for me to read that book. And I thought it was really interesting that Simon brought this up with this book in particular, because I think we find these kinds of books, there's books that we know, we either know that they're really important, like Invisible Man, or B, we know, like, just based on the type of story that it's going to be, that is the kind of book that we love to read, based on your own personal preferences. So for me, Invisible Man kind of fell into both those categories. I knew it was important in terms of history, and also I just really like reading that kind of novel. I love classics, and I love reading books that deal with issues of race and gender and how they're kind of dealt with throughout our history. So I knew I should have liked this book, and like I said at the beginning of this video, if I had given the chance to pick up Invisible Man of my own accord, I think I would have liked it a lot more. And I just wanted to mention a couple other books that I've read more recently that kind of fall into that second category of just books that we go into expecting to love, either A, because of who the writer is, or the genre that they are, or the themes that they follow. So two of those books for me And the first one's American Gods by Neil Gaiman. I love Neil Gaiman. I think he's a fantastic writer. I love the way he deals with kind of fantasy and a little bit of almost horror. They're a little bit spooky, magical realism. I think he's an amazing writer. I slogged my way through American Gods. My boyfriend loved it. My dad loved it. My boyfriend's not even a big reader. He barely reads at all, and he loved American Gods. And I thought I was going to love this book. And I loved moments of it, and I think I need to give it another shot. It just was not the right time. I think I was in a bit of a reading slump when I picked this one up, and it's quite big. I don't know if this will focus at all. The writing, the print is quite small. And yeah, I think if I don't think I was in the mood for this kind of novel when I picked it up, and I wasn't in the right headspace to kind of pick up a larger book that's more of a time commitment like this at that time. So yeah, all of these I need to give another go because I know that I will like them. They're the kind of books that I love to read all the time, so we'll see. And then the next one, which was I picked up just maybe a month ago in October sometime, and I DNF'd it. I got 130 pages in, and again I think I was just in a reading slump when I picked it up, and it wasn't a good time for it. And that's Fates and Furies by Lauren Groff. So this follows a couple, and it just kind of chronicles their relationship, and half of it's told from the male's perspective, half of it's told from the female's perspective, and you get this idea that they're kind of there's things they're not telling each other, and it just, yeah, it sounds amazing. And I think generally speaking I love this kind of novel, and I think if I hadn't been in a reading slump at the time I would have loved it. I think my problem with it when I picked it up, because I wasn't reading a ton at the time and nothing was just really catching my interest, I just wasn't in the right place or willing to put in the time and the work to be completely pulled in by this one. So I think with all three of these, so Fates and Furies, American Gods, and Invisible Man, I'd like to give them all another go. Invisible Man is particularly hard for me to pick up again, just because I really I really did enjoy it when I read it, but I mean, yeah, I'd like to pick all of these up again, so we'll see. If you have any thoughts or have any response to this idea of picking up a book that you know you either should or that you know you will love or that you should love, but you just don't enjoy it when you actually get around to reading it, let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you have to say, because it's something that happens unfortunately fairly often to me. And if you've read Invisible Man or American Gods, Fates and Furies, let me know your thoughts on them. I'd be curious to know if you had any of the same issues that I had, or if you absolutely adored them. So yeah, again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks, bye.